Now, this is folk music. Everybody knows this song. Anybody who watched TV growing up in Canada knows about this one. Yeah, who was it that did that, Tim? Blackthorn from Vancouver. Very cool band. Celtic, yeah, they did a good job. And by the way, all those people that are watching right now, remember that all the music you've been listening to is recorded all here live at the showroom by previous concerts. So, in fact, tonight, if you're watching, you'll be able to watch this again at a later date. And so, to this, I'd like to say a hi to Annie Sumi. Yes, hi, Annie.
Hey, Annie.
And you know what? I just got a message from Lisa and Malachi, and they're sitting in their hotel room. She sent a picture of watching Daughter of the Moon
Yeah.
on TV. I saw it on a thing. So she said, yeah, that's in Memphis.
From Memphis.
So we've got so far as Memphis, Tennessee, yeah. And you know what's really cool? She's got a 9-year-old son. And how'd that go? Did she post it? This Paul Simon song?
Oh, he is 90-year-old. Well, there you go.
And they went to Graceland, and she had a 9-year-old. It was just like so
And they
cool.
will be received.
However,
That's
does
amazing.
that ever happen?
Oh,
That you
yeah.
know of, right?
Yeah.
Well, once removed, you'll have to trust us that we're telling the truth. And speaking of telling the truth, these guys are going to be some fun. Anyone who's got an accordion and is willing to bring it out, it's got to be fun.
Or brave.
Or afraid. Or should be afraid. No, no, accordion is a wonderful instrument, and it's the portable piano. You know, and it's the awkward harmonica. It's the... But it goes really well with singer-songwriters and with the guitar. So without further ado, please give these guys Tragedy and a warm welcome.
One smoke left and it's scaring me. It's staring at where my match should be. A match for you, a match for me. We just don't match together anymore, it seems. We blew the fuse, we frayed the seams, dug up the hatchet and buried our dreams. But hope springs eternal and we found a stream, so we're crossing our fingers while we pack the leave. And I want it, but it's the last thing I need right now. And I want it, but it's the last thing I need right now. Kidding ourselves to buy some time when we both know we're far from alright. We fought so hard to have more fights. When my cat killed your canary, should have seen the sign. And I want it, but it's the last thing I need right now. And I want it, but it's the last thing I need right now.
We had one straw left and I think it sucks, but if it wasn't too much, it was never enough.
It's as crazy with as it is without, so I guess that we'll accept this is what love's about. And I want it,
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 and I want it.
and I want it.
And I want it, but it's the last thing I need right now. And I want it, but it's the last thing I need right now. And I want it, but it's the last thing I need right now. And I want it, but it's the last thing I need right now. Last thing I need right now. Last thing I need right now.
A match for you, a match for me. Good evening, Duncan. This is such a cool space. Oh my word.
Yes, I can't say that we've done this before. This beautiful, for the people who are watching on YouTube, you can't see the rest of this building, but it's pretty magnificent. You should come to Duncan just for this space. There's all of these trinkets, kaleidoscopes, and weird games, and bikes, and organs, and I could go on forever. It's pretty amazing.
And for the musicians watching who have never played the showroom before, there's a Thai restaurant 2 doors down. It's just phenomenal. We want to start adding into our spreadsheet, what the food is like locally as well, because it's a very important thing, deciding factor as to whether we play shows or not, how the food is there.
It's actually accurate. Anyways, we are playing songs from our new album that we released in September. The album is called Matches, and we're super proud of it. And I think all of the songs, or most of the songs that we're playing tonight, are from that album. This one is called 1 and 2. I wrote it before we got engaged, and it's about divorce.
That was the last time we were live streaming. We got engaged.
What? Oh, yeah.
What great surprises could be in store tonight?
No.
Is anyone here ordained?
Oh, gosh. One day, I sat on my own porch drinking my honey and tea, and I'll find it a bore without you. You'll be taking the children alternating weekends, and you'll find it all without me. Well, 1 and 2 say I do not anymore. Well, 1 and 2 is you and me. We broke banks, words, and circles together. We never spoke for free, and we meant it before, but that was then. Well, 1 and 2 say I do not anymore. Well, 1 and 2 is you and me. Kids will be fine if you check them online, but if you look into their eyes, one day I sat on my own porch drinking my honey and tea, and I found it. Oh, but that was then. Well, 1 and 2 say I do not anymore. Well, 1 and 2 is you and me.
Thank you. So for the locals in the room, what's the resident dive bar? What's everyone's favorite dive bar in Duncan? No dive bars? Okay. I make that joke sometimes. I'll say, I heard that Enter Location doesn't have any dive bars, and I didn't make the joke in Duncan. And here we are. They don't have a single dive bar. That's amazing. It's
Ooh,
on the south side, or it's
side.
called the south side?
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. The courts? Okay, that one too. Okay.
Tim, I
Got some
feel like
selection now.
we're for those of us who are live streaming this evening, we're conversing with our sound operator Tim, who's doing a stellar job, by the way, and he's painting us a picture about the dive bar scene in Duncan. Just another great reason to come and visit, truly. Then you too can decide as to whether Duncan has any dive bars or not. But if it did, this song would be about them, and it's called Neon and Velour. Tim, could you tame just a little bit of the low end out of my acoustic? You wander in from outside, looking for a bite. A worn-out radio plays a song you used to like. A server brings a menu, you better order fast. You're feeling almost certain that she could kick your ass. She rasps the cooks are short-staffed, you better get a beer. And you wonder how you managed to land in here. It's like they broke the vacuum, sucking up the light. Your server has succeeded in warming up your pint. They charge you $30, tell you to quit your bitchin', and you swear that you heard screaming coming from the kitchen. You risk a sip of your beer and find it's mostly foam. Well, at the bar they're singing soft and low. The neon and velour covers the decay. They take you for a tour and then they sit you on a stool and soon you're singing. Hope is hard to come by in this place. Hope is hard to come by in this place. A man comes to your table, invites you to his booth. He's pleased to introduce himself, the king of greasy spoons. The best of a bad lot, his purpose understood. He only drinks to memories, the present don't taste good. His tongue parades a funeral, his eulogy is slurred. You realize you've forgotten where the exits were. The neon and velour covers the decay. They take you for a tour and then they sit you on a stool and soon you're singing. Hope is hard to come by in this place. Hope is hard to come by in this place. The bottom of the barrel never looked so good.
The bottom of the barrel never looked so good.
It's Mecca for the misunderstood.
It's Mecca for the misunderstood.
The bottom of the barrel never looked so good.
The bottom of the barrel never looked so good.
It's Mecca for the misunderstood.
It's Mecca for the misunderstood.
The neon and velour covers the decay. They take you for a tour and then they sit you on a stool and soon you're singing. Hope is hard to come by in this place. Hope is hard to come by in this place. Hope is hard to come by in this place. Hope is hard to come by in this place. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, if hypothetically, just everyone suspend their disbelief, and if Duncan had indeed dive bars, this next song would be about the people that live at said dive bars. But since we know that they don't, and since we know that there aren't, just bear with me here. This is an imaginative tune. I just thought of Willy Wonka here because I was trying to, talk about imagination and everything. And this is probably the farthest thing from anything Roald Dahl or Willy Wonka. But the song's called Regulars. Howie drinks water so his wife won't smell beer on his breath. I think he's he's just here to talk to somebody else. Hanging low at the bar, we both know that he won't be tipping. He shows pictures of his family, just magazine clippings. Regulars, regulars, reserve their chair, return to rest there tomorrow. Betty isn't monthly, and I always ask where she's been. She's living for the 31st when she knows that check's coming in. And she likes to tell me that she used to date Ronnie Hawkins. She stares in each glass like it's there that he's been waiting. Regulars, regulars, reserve their chair, return to rest there tomorrow. Bob stumbles in around 4 for his daily prescription. His doctor said not to have more, but he doesn't listen. With poison in his bones, he's dead set that he's going to win. Racing with chemo to see who can finish him. Regulars, regulars, reserve their chair, return to rest there tomorrow. Best of a bad lot are hoping they'll maybe feel better when their hearts aren't at home. They all sit alone together. Thank you.
Braden warned me before coming on stage. He said, you probably shouldn't bring your coconut water with pulp on a stage. And right before that song, I took my first sip, and I had a nice little friend in my throat throughout that. That was fun.
Uh-huh.
So I was wrong. You were right. How's that?
That sounds pretty good to me. This while we're at it, in terms of people who like to take credit when they're right, we also know that Liv's mom Morella will be watching right now. Hi, Morella.
Hi, Mom. I love you.
Hi, Morella. Morella, I would like to point out that Liv is not wearing her ducks on stage. Morella has a rule. She's not a huge fan of Liv's shoes and made Liv promise to never wear them on stage.
Although they're the only shoes I brought on tour. So when there's potential for glass on the stage, I take safety over promises.
But we're only playing at clean venues, which means that there's no chance of glass. Morella?
This next one is called Snooze, and so naturally we made a pillowcase as a merch item.
As you do.
As you do. It's about sleeping, which is probably not a surprise.
Big thanks to Tim for letting me use this guitar, by the way. I left mine back in Ontario, and it's making me sad. Sometimes you fall asleep when we watch a movie. Sometimes you don't make it 15 minutes in. Seems like all you need for you to be cozy is to hear my heartbeat and credits to begin. That's okay with me. I'll be the guy at your side. That's okay with me. I'll be the dude you snooze on. Snooze on. I haven't felt my arm for at least half an hour, but all attempts to retrieve it fail. And I think the mark left from your shoulder will tattoo my ribs like a rose. That's okay. I'll be the guy at your side. That's okay with me. I'll be the dude you snooze on. Snooze on. Sometimes you fall asleep when we watch a movie. Sometimes you don't make the first dialogue. So I guess I'll eat all your candy. But the sweetest thing here's already nodded off. Thanks. This next one's for any parents who might be watching, or anyone who has parents.
Or the kids. I've been finding that if there's kids in the audience, they're the ones that laugh the most at this song, which is interesting.
This next tune is the result of a lot of hard thinking about whether it's fair for us as a couple, couple playing music professionally, if it makes sense for us to have kids at any point. Because it's a strange lifestyle that we've put ourselves into, and we don't want to subject that to on a child unintentionally, for them at least. This one's called Kids. Don't want no snot-nosed, belly-aching, booger-eating spawn of Satan. No hell-raising, home-wrecking, heartbreaking child of mayhem. Oh, but if by chance we had one or two, I guess our kids would be kind of cute.
Thank you. That's all she wrote. It's all the thinking we've done. What did you say?
Oh, no, I'm going to a different tuning
now.
now. I should, though. I should transpose it to a different tuning. Do it in like Dadgat or something obnoxious like that.
Oh, jeez. Yes, yes. Nope. Although the next one is quite serious.
They can't trust us now.
They can't trust us now, but believe me, I'm the trustworthy one on this thing. I'm joking. This one is called Odysseus, and Braden was the main writer of this one, and it was when we were both living in London, Ontario, while I was finishing up my final year of school. And during that year, a friend of ours was having a particularly hard time with his mental health, and so things changed from being, you know, a lot of the fun things about being friends to being the harder parts of being a friend, but the things that bring you close in a whole different way. It's called Odysseus.
You might have to tie me down if I don't come around. I really hope I come around. You might have to let me bleed first. For me to heal, you have to let me hurt. It won't get better until it's worse. One thing I'm begging, when I hear that tune, tie me down. Sirens will take me away to a foreign, fragile place. Fates have made my bed for me. Won't you let me leave? The only poison here is me. The only prisoner here is me. The thing I'm begging, when I hear that tune, tie me down. Tie me down.
So tell me what you see. Perhaps you hold me till I sleep. Hold me until I'm clean. Bound for stormy seas.
Tie me down, 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 tie me down. Thank you.
So, Miss Demi, who's in the audience, one time hosted us at her house for a concert, backyard concert.
Way back in Elora, Ontario, of all places, and here we are in Duncan hanging
Canada
out, which is
a
great.
very wide and wonderful place.
For those of us watching in Memphis, Canada's really big.
Yes, it took us over 4 days to cross from around Toronto. Actually, yeah, we left from Toronto to get to Vancouver, so that was nice. By train.
By train, traveling 24/7.
Traveling, yeah, except for the
20
4 hours that it
24
would stop
four, I
at
guess.
a time.
Sorry, the story.
Yes, anyways, we played at Demi's house, and as a really kind gesture at the end, she gave us these prints that she had made, and we treasure them so much. I don't know if you know, Demi, but one of your prints is on Braden's amplifier as like the thing that covers the amp, and it says no system but the ecosystem.
No system but the ecosystem.
And I love that one so much.
We've got another one on our wall.
Yeah.
In our bedroom. It's super cool.
They're really lovely, and I love having that on stage, having that message behind us, and we're really grateful for that. And this song has a lot of those same messages through song instead of through visual artwork.
The sea tells a story you don't understand until you cast off and leave the land. The ocean opens her bed to those with cobalt graves and no tombstones. We take for granted the heaven sent and try to own an element. A hurricane come and some folks ran. The rest just hope the lake stayed damp. The holy water is in the river. The holy water, the weight we're under. War is coming from the deep, reclaiming crowns and authority. 7 heads that all do speak a household name of blasphemy. The holy water is in the river. The holy water, the weight we're under. We'll all wish that we did more. advantage of the bleeding shores. There won't be time to cry at the turning of the tide. Thank
It's okay.
I hope this is being picked up on the live stream, but someone's phone, in case it isn't, let me paint you a picture here. Someone's phone went off right at the opportune moment. That was like, oh man. We played a house concert on Saturday in Vancouver, and it was amazing. And we played that one tune, Regulars, and it's very somber and kind of mellow. And there were these younger folks in the audience, which is always great. I love that about house concerts. You'll get like 3 generations of people in the room. But someone ill-advisedly brought Doritos to the house concert. So we're playing this tune about, all these lonely people and sad stuff. And you just hear munching in the background. It's like they had a microphone hooked up to it. It was just the loudest thing at the quietest time.
It's kind of perfect.
It was exactly perfect. It's all the people in the song, that's what they would have wanted, But that tune, actually, speaking of like really loud things at quiet moments, there's a very quiet thing at a quiet moment in that song in the recording. If anyone wants to, listen to our music outside of this evening, that song, we recorded part of the vocals in Catherine North Studios, which is this gorgeous studio in Hamilton, Ontario, that was formerly a church. So it's great for strings and vocals, and we did that there. But there's one part in the tune where everything drops off for a moment, and you just hear this bird chirp from outside the studio, and oh yeah, James, our producer, we came in for a session one time, and he's like, "Here, listen to this," and he just turned it up. I was like, "Oh my word, it's there! That's incredible! You can't pay for that. It just happens, or it doesn't happen, and it happened to us, so we're very lucky." And that studio is in Hamilton, but this is a song about Toronto. Kiss me on the roof of your apartment. Let Young Street play requests. It might be here all week, but tonight it plays its best. Teach me, explain that college and church isn't quite correct. They might have been that before, but they changed after they met. The streets were so lonely before you showed me around. I think we're the only two that still love this town. Forgive me for giving you the subway, TTC heart attacks. I know it freaks you out when I stand too close to the tracks. The streets were so lonely before you showed me around. I think we're the only two that still love this town. The streets were so lonely before you showed me around. I think we're the only two that still love this town. I think we're the only two that still love this town. Thank you. We've got one tune left, friends.
You know what's really cool? I've never asked someone to do this on a live stream, but this song is a sing-along, and it'd be really cool to have you sing along in your homes.
And you don't. That's kind of it's kind of the ideal sing-along, because in our heads we're going to picture these people in Memphis and wherever else singing along, and you could just be in your underwear eating Doritos very loudly, and we wouldn't know. So maybe this is the way of the future. We get the benefit of feeling like people are singing along, and people get the benefit of not having to sing.
Yes. Well, anyways, thank you. Thank you to the people who are listening in various places, including the people who are right here in front of us today. Thank you for joining us. This has been a very special day of getting to know Duncan, and it's just been lovely.
Thank you to Tim on sound, and Daughter of the Moon for opening things up. It has been such a joy to spend the past week with you, and a few more shows left. And thank you to Longevity John for making this all happen, and Georgia at the front. Yeah, Georgia.
We have our CDs with us, both our recent one and our previous EP. We have a mailing list to keep in touch, and the pillowcase, as I mentioned, as well as T-shirts and tea. We got a Tragedy and Blend tea made to perfectly pair with the listening experience of the album. And it's pretty good in my opinion. Okay. Oh yes, I need to teach you the part for this song. The song is all about gratitude, and the lesson we learned from a 5-year-old, which was you get what you get and you don't get upset. And it was a really special, abrupt moment that she mentioned that to us, and I'm glad she did, because it really reminds us to be grateful in the times that are hard to be grateful. And it goes like this. You get what you get and you don't get upset. You get what you get and you don't get upset. You get what you get and you don't get upset. You get what you get and you don't get upset. Beautiful.
Live streamers, you're incredible singers. Summer's getting old, apples in a basket. Hold on to sunlight when you just can't grasp it. Make these days your own, they're only getting shorter. Build your wall against the night, lay bricks with thinning mortar. I know that talk is cheap, and I'm told advice is cheaper, but to-dos won't get done. As a hibernative sleeper, assemble your team. Together rake the yard up, interrogate the squirrels, find where they hid the walnuts. We gotta love the light we have. It's not much, but after night it comes back. Survive on hot chocolate, live in a cozy sweater, gaze at frozen stars you can only see in winter. They're falling for you. A fleeting secret one day will burn out too, but it ain't our time yet. No, it ain't our time yet. We gotta love the light we have. It's not much, but after night it comes back.
You get what you get and you don't get upset. You get what you get and you don't get upset. You get what you get and you don't get upset. You get what you get and you don't get upset. You get what you get and you don't get upset. You get what you get and you don't get upset. You get what you get and you don't get upset. You get what you get and you don't get upset. We gotta love the light we have.
It's not much, but after night it comes back. We gotta love the light we have. It's not much, but after night it comes back. It comes back. It comes back.
Thanks, folks.
Thank you. Take care.